Hello, I'm Lauren Ruff.
And I'm Camila Ogden.
On today's show, we're diving into something we've all experienced as college students: procrastination.
Whether it's one more scroll, one more snack, or one more excuse, we've all been there. But today we're going to explore why it happens and how to take back control of our time.
First, our question of the day: how much time does the average college student spend on social media? But before we give the answer, we wanted to know more of the habits and preferences found with BYUI students. I went around campus to ask students which platforms are the most distracting, if social media fasts were something they had tried, and if social media causes procrastination. I'm Lauren Ruff, and I am on BYUI campus heading to the Crossroads to ask BYUI students what they feel about procrastination and social media. So let's see what they say. I'm here with Aspen,
Braden,
and Andrew.
I'm Abby.
We wanted to ask you, what platform do you use the most and why?
I would say I use Facebook.
Facebook most. Okay, awesome.
Probably Instagram. I like to connect with my friends a lot, send them reels and whatnot. So yeah.
probably use Instagram the most, just because there's a lot, reels that I watch.
I definitely use Instagram. It's where all my friends are, so they send me stuff.
Same. I use Instagram as well.
I use YouTube the most while I'm eating.
Just watching videos? Okay, awesome. Have you ever taken a social media fast or taken a break from social media, and how did you like it?
I have. I've taken a week off before.
Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think?
It was weird. I picked up my phone a lot less at the end of the week, and then I downloaded everything back, and it was
Back to normal.
right back in.
Back to normal. Awesome.
Yeah, no, I haven't. I loved it. I would definitely do it again. I feel like productivity goes up a lot.
Yeah, I've done it before. Took like a few weeks off Instagram. It was awesome. Like I felt like I was doing so much stuff.
Wow, I'm so proud of you. 2 weeks sounds like a long time to have a break. That's awesome.
I've done a break before, like when President Nelson asked us to do a break. I did that.
Yeah, I actually have a couple times. I love it, honestly. It's so cleansing, and most of the times I do it, I'm out backpacking, and so I connect with nature a lot more when I do that.
Yeah, I think that's a great switch. Just like outdoorsy for social media. That's great. And do you feel, as a college student in your daily life, that social media kind of hinders your productivity, or do you not see notice at all? What do you think?
I would say if I get like scrolling like full, it would, but I try to stay on it as soon as possible.
Yes, they do. I use YouTube a lot while I'm doing like my brainless work.
Yeah, eating.
Yeah. So I definitely have gained a reliance on that, or like brain breaks, but it definitely affects my productivity.
Perfect.
I feel like general life, student, both, it definitely gets in the way.
I think it definitely hinders my productivity. I spend a little bit too much time on it, so I'm probably gonna go on another social media fast after this. So
I think me too. So it looks like Instagram is used the most. Social media fasts are good, but very hard to keep. And procrastination and social media are tied together. I'm Lauren Ruff, reporting for Stratazine. I tell myself just one more minute, and the next thing I know, it's been 45 minutes. So.
Honestly, same. It's like social media knows exactly how to keep us hooked. But there's a reason for that, and it's not just lack of willpower.
In our topic segment today, Brooke will teach us about procrastination and some strategies for managing screen time. So let's hear what she has to say.
Today we are taking a deeper look at procrastination on social media, strategies for managing screen time, and using social media with intention rather than impulse. First, let's talk about procrastination. It's not just a time management problem, it's an emotion regulation problem. Procrastination is a cycle. According to Education Week research, about 2/3 of U.S. students get distracted by using digital devices, and 54% of students get distracted by other students using those devices and resources. Tip number 1 is to place your phone on Do Not Disturb mode when focusing on a task at hand. This will silence notifications, making deeper focus a priority. Tip number 2 is, instead of using social media as a distraction, scroll with intention. Ask yourself, why am I opening this app right now? What do I hope to get out of it? The third tip today is to schedule a specific time to check and use social media throughout the day. Instead of using it randomly, this will help keep from disrupting your focus during school, work, or study. And finally, follow accounts that motivate, educate, or uplift you. Your feed should be a source of encouragement, not comparison. For additional information and references to the sources used in this video, check out the show notes and the attributions at the end of this podcast. For Stratazine, I'm Brooke Sutton.
Thank you, Brooke. It's not just procrastination, it's procrastination.
To learn more about why we procrastinate and how social media plays a role, we reached out to an expert.
I sat down with Sky, a friend of mine who posts outfit reels and creates amazing fashion content. We'll be exploring how she balances the demands of social media work with staying focused, the platforms she finds most addictive, and the strategies she uses to avoid falling into the procrastination trap, especially as a college student. Okay, today I'm chatting with my friend Sky, who not only posts outfit reels and creates amazing fashion content, but has recently added modeling to her choice of content. As someone who's both a content creator, she offers a unique perspective on how social media can be both a tool for creativity and at times a huge distraction. We'll be exploring how she balances the demands of social media work with staying focused, the platform she finds most addictive, and the strategies she uses to avoid falling into the procrastination trap, especially as a college student. So let's get into it. As someone who actively posts outfit reels and manages photo shoots, how do you balance creating content with avoiding procrastination?
Okay, I think I'm just a very type A person. So I just have like 10 million different planners for all my things. Like, I'm just so busy. Like, I go from the second I wake up to the second I go to bed. Um, but I think like what helps me most with procrastination is because I like to do what I am doing. And so it doesn't really feel like a job per sense, or it doesn't feel like a chore. I mean, some days it is, or like if I'm having 2 different photo shoots in a day, and then I also have to go make it 3 weeks worth of content for my client and things like that on top of what I'm doing. Like, my personal stuff, I tend to sometimes push back. And so I think I just kind of have to remember like the 5 minutes that I have to like film a quick TikTok. Then I just do it, and then I just forget about it, and then it's like that.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of just like fill it in where you can. But the procrastination part, I mean, it's so easy to procrastinate. Like, it's just so easy. So I don't really know if there's like a specific thing that I do, but like I'm just like I said, I'm a type A. So once it's like checked off or I see that line across, then I'm satisfied.
Right.
So that's just kind of how it is for me.
Right. And it's like that rewarding feeling at the end. You don't want to feel stressed like with having more tasks to do.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. No, exactly.
And then from your experience, which social media platform do you find most distracting, and why do you think it hooks users so well?
Oh man. I'm a TikTok user. When that TikTok ban almost happened, I almost cried. I feel like I love TikTok. I think I'm just a short form like content person. It's easy to make that content, but it's also super easy to consume. And so that's kind of sometimes where I can probably get the most distracted, especially if I'm like coming in with like a content day where like I'm like, okay, like I need to figure out what kind of content I need to make. And so that's when I start, scrolling and like seeing what the trends is. And sometimes I'll find myself like I'm sitting there watching a Real Housewives edit, and I'm like, oh, that is not what I need to be doing next. So it's super easy. I think that's probably the platform. That's probably the easiest to get distracted on. Instagram, not so much. I think that's just more lifestyle, where like I don't really post that short form content as often. Because it's like, oh, I need like a week's worth of pictures to post, and you're kind of just looking, scrolling. It's kind of like a Pinterest for me, where like TikTok is everything. So that I get super distracted.
It's like too hard to put down.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, and then you put everything in 2 times speed.
Yeah, right.
And so then it's like, oh, actually, I can watch 2 videos in one day instead of just one. Like efficiency, right?
Right. Dang. Yeah, that's funny. And then, how much time do you personally spend on social media daily, both, or work, and how do you separate the two?
I think when it comes to like actually actively scrolling, maybe an hour at most. But like on the platform itself, between like editing and posting and like replying back to comments and liking and things like that. Probably about 4 hours a day. Because I do run 3 different accounts. So,
Right. Okay. And then how do you separate those two then?
I normally, like, I have my designated hours every day. So my personal account, it's probably super early in the morning or super late at night when I'm like laying in bed and like editing videos and things like that.
Right.
Where during the day, I mean, I come to work and I do my work things, and then I also go after work with my client for like 3 hours. So within those time frames, that's when I'll spend the most. So
Okay, cool. Thank you. And then what realistic strategies do you use to stay focused and productive when social media is both your job and your main platform?
Does that make sense? I think so.
Yeah.
Like
what? Like, what do you use, I guess, just to stay productive and, focus? Like, when you have to, like, how do you manage your time, like, with using social media and then your job? Like, I don't know, how productive is that?
Well, like I said before, I'm very type A, and so when I come into work, or even if I'm meeting with my client doing client work, I'll come and I'll like physically write down the things I have to do. Because I do like that satisfaction of crossing things off, checking off that checkbox, and so that's kind of how I manage my time the best. When it comes to my personal things, I think, like I said before, it's like the 5-10 minutes that I have to like film a quick TikTok, and then I'll post it in real time.
Right.
Or like day in the lives are pretty easy to film a little bit. Sometimes, I'll be completely honest, I'll film almost my entire day and then forget a section. And I'm like, oh well, I mean, I guess I could post that, but like I just don't. It's that's like a day worth of content that I didn't get. But I think with mine, that's probably where I probably need to like up it a little bit more. But that's why I post like things that are easy for me to manage.
Right.
So like, I know that I get up every morning to get ready.
Right.
Stick my Octo Buddy on the mirror and start filming, and like use my time efficiently. Like, you have your phone in your hand, pull out your camera. Like it's a lot easier said than done when you find your kind of like rhythm.
Right.
So when I know that I have time in the morning to get ready, or if I'm getting like unready or things like that, like I have to do that every day anyways. So I stick my camera up, and then I get dressed every single day, find a sound, and then so that's kind of how I do it.
That's cool. I love that. And then last question. So what advice would you give other students or creators who want to build a presence on social media without falling into the procrastination trap?
Honestly, just do it. That's how it kind of just happened for me. I think when I first came out to college, I was like, I kind of want like my family and friends to like know what's happening, and then it was kind of just like, why not?
Right.
Like everyone has a phone in their hand. Like you all have a camera. The camera quality is probably fine.
Yep.
Everyone can download CapCut. Like you can edit within the app itself too. And so honestly, just like, why not?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
like everyone can do it. Like everyone goes to class. Everyone has work. Everyone has a life. Like, and so it's just also the way that you want, to be seen on social media platforms. And so I personally like to share my life, and even if that's like not, I mean, sometimes I don't sit in front of the camera and like trauma dump, but sometimes you do, and sometimes that gets you the views. And so once you find your niche and things that like get you where you want to be on social media, then I think it's fine. But honestly, like, just do it. And it's a little bit harder to be consistent about it, especially because sometimes it can feel like a chore, where like your days, like my days, are literally, like I said, like second I wake up to the second I go to bed, like it's either my phone's always at 50% or something, like I'm always plugged and always being charged. But that's when I know, like, oh, I can make great content, because my life is like, this is my life. And like everyone has different college experiences, and so I think that's what makes filming college content so great, is because you get to see different parts of, like, I'm not a finance major, but if someone's like, come day in the life as a finance bro, I'll watch it. But if you haven't speaking, I'll watch it, or things like that. And so it's just seeing different perspectives of college that I think everyone can benefit from. So honestly, just start filming. That's like my biggest suggestion, is to stick, like be comfortable in front of the camera, and honestly be yourself, and that's what people love. So.
Yeah, be you. That is
honestly
key.
Be you. Stick the camera in front of you, and if you want to start dancing, start dancing.
Yeah, literally.
Like, it's fun, and so just find fun in that.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much, Sky. We loved everything you had to say. Thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us today on this episode of Stratazine. Being aware is the first step to being in control of your screen time.
Now Camille will share our industry news update about how Instagram new teleprompter feature has just announced this past week.
Hi, I'm Camille Coles with Stratazine, and I will be giving the news industry update. Recently, Instagram announced they are adding a new teleprompter feature in their Edits app. Creators, have you ever struggled with memorizing scripts, flipping through notes, or shifting your eyes away from your phone camera? With this new feature, you can be more confident, consistent, and professional every time you make a video. The new feature in testing will have a text display present right under your camera. Users will be able to change the speed of the text on the teleprompter, along with adjusting the text size. This feature will help content creators everywhere produce more high-quality content that's more engaging, natural, and comfortable. There will be less room for errors, and it will help make the creation process more simple. Instagram's Edits app is still fairly new, but is gaining more popularity, especially with its new features like the built-in teleprompter. So go ahead and try it out today. That's all for your industry news update on Stratazine. I'm Camille Colditz, and thanks for listening.
Let's shift gears. We all know how easy it is to get sucked into social media and lose track of time, especially when there's a paper due or exams coming up. But why does it happen? And more importantly, what can we do about it?
Up next, Sydney is going to share some eye-opening tips on powerful tools to help you take control of your time and beat social media procrastination.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Tips and Tools segment. Today we're diving into something that's honestly a problem for a lot of us, how social media feeds procrastination and what you can actually do about it. So let's start with a quick reality check. If you ever catch yourself saying, I don't have enough time, this might blow your mind. So I want us to open our screen time. If you're on iPhone, you'll just click on screen time and settings. Android, you'll click on digital well-being. And I'll show you mine too. And so here's my screen time for the past week. As you can see, this adds up super fast. You can see your daily usage and then your weekly usage. You can see what apps you're spending the most time on, at what times of the day, and how long you're spending time on these apps. And these apps are designed to keep us hooked and to have us scroll for a long period of time. And so it's not an accident that we're spending a lot of time on these apps. And so how do we break the cycle? Here's one tool that has seriously helped me, and it's in the same settings. It's called App Limits. So you'll just click on App Limits, and this feature lets you block distracting apps like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube for a certain amount of time. So I will just click on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, and you can block these apps for certain periods of time on different days. And so I'll just show you, I blocked it for 2 hours. I usually do this when I'm studying or I have things to do. So no more scrolling turning into an hour when you can be doing other things. And so these two tools, checking your screen time and using app blockers, can help you stay focused when it really matters, because awareness is everything. And if you know where your time is going, you can take it back. So try checking your screen time tonight, or block any apps that you don't want to be using, and see how different your day feels. Thanks for tuning in to the Tips and Tools segment for this week. For Stratazine, I'm Sydney Johnson.
Thanks, Sydney. I'm glad we didn't pull up my screen time. Let's go back to our question of the day. How much time does the average college student spend on social media?
The answer is college students average of 4.5 hours a day on popular social media platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook.
And that's all for this episode of Stratazine. Coming up is our next episode, Social Media's Influence on Kids, in the next Stratazine podcast, so keep your eye out for that.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. We hope you feel a little more equipped to stop the scroll and start the work.
You can find links to today's research, interviews, and tools in the show notes and credits. Until next time, stay intentional.